Holy mackerel, I think I see Patrick Brown himself. David Menzies with Rebel News.
You're in a city facility?
Yeah, so are you.
Yeah.
So, are you playing hockey here, or?
No, I'm just coming to check in our facility.
I'm Mayor Patrick Brown. I'm a fighter, I'm a leader, I'm a winner. Stand with me and stand together for a better future for Canada.
I mean, I think that he's not true to his word. And like you said, like we found him maskless. He said a lot of things that he would support, and he didn't end up supporting it. So he's betrayed our trust as true Conservatives and true Canadians. So yeah, I won't be supporting him.
I would like to see him going forward as a leader of Conservative Party and running for the race of next Prime Minister.
I'm not sure that's really a good example of trust. That was a point in time. I'm not even aware of that incident. That's, to me, that's minuscule in the grand scheme of things.
With your crappy, whatever you call you guys, rebel garbage.
He's got to be a rebel, man.
So us asking simple questions.
Get out of here and ask it. This is the guy's event.
I'm doing my intro and you interrupted me.
You're giving them better content right now.
Lincoln J for Rebel News here in Brampton now. The mayor of Brampton, Patrick Brown, just announced that he is running for leadership of the Conservative Party for 2022. You know, it's funny I'm here today. This has really come full circle for me. My very first day on the job with Rebel was when we caught Patrick Brown inside a hockey rink in Brampton, maskless, using the facility for him and his buddies to play shinny hockey, when at the time almost all Canadians were not allowed to use any sort of public facilities such as a hockey rink. Check out the footage.
Well, folks, we're getting the bum's rush, but holy mackerel, I think I see Patrick Brown himself.
Oh, hey, how you doing?
Mr. Brown, right?
Yeah.
David Menzies with Rebel News.
You're in a city facility?
What's that?
You're in a city facility?
Yeah, so are you.
Yeah.
So, are you playing hockey here, or?
No, I'm just coming to check in our facility. So we're gonna check you. You're not supposed to be here, actually.
Okay. We were told that you play pickup here. Mr. Brown, how come the kids in Brampton can only practice sports, but your buddies can play hockey?
Yeah. So, I don't know why you are harassing people in the city of Brampton, but you shouldn't be.
Oh, who's harassing whom? Your guys handed out 122 bylaw violations in 1 week. Mr. Brown, why is there a hockey game going on in this arena? I thought you're only allowed to practice sports, not play them. And who is paying the $1,000 a day, Mr. Brown, for this rink? Mr. Brown, are these taxpayer dollars being used for your buddies to play hockey on this rink? Or are you paying it? Or perhaps Waleed Solomon? So, Mr. Brown, why is it one law for me and one law for thee in this city? Mr. Brown?
So there you have it. We see the mayor of Brampton, Patrick Brown, breaking the rules. He was simply caught in the rink without a mask, and he was caught using facilities for him and his buddies when, at the time, almost all Canadians were not allowed to do so. Now, just to be clear, we are not against anyone using city facilities or not following mask bylaws. But the fact of the matter is, Mayor Brown's city of Brampton was handing out a ridiculous amount of tickets for citizens not wearing masks at the time. He lied multiple times when addressing the incident. He claimed he showed up around 5:50 and was just saying hi to friends, when in reality you can see the time in the video of him at the arena at 5:25. And on top of the fact, there happened to be a hockey bag with his exact first and last name on it. Now, he claims in a tweet that we pretended to be Maple Leafs TV that day. The video speaks for itself, and we see that this is simply another lie.
Mr. Brown, right? Yeah. David Menzies with Rebel News.
If you're not doing anything wrong, then why flee the scene? I mean, unless you are that scared of a microphone. When we've seen him pull stunts like this, we've seen him flip-flop on issues like the carbon tax, where when he was leader of the PC party, he was in support of the carbon tax, and now he's saying it's just simply not the right time. So I want to ask the people of Brampton here today why they should trust Patrick Brown as the leader of the Conservative Party. Let's check it out.
In this leadership race needs to ask themselves, can this candidate become prime minister, or will they keep our party in the opposition benches? I don't know about you, but as a lifelong Conservative Party member, I am tired of fighting only to...
All right, first of all, what brings you out here today? Why are you here potentially supporting, not supporting Patrick Brown? What brings you here today?
Part of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jama'ah, and we're supporting Patrick Brown. They told us to support him. I'm not really supporting him personally, but because of our mosque is supporting him, so I'm just kind of joining in with them.
I'm a resident of Brampton, living here since last 4 years, and have seen Mayor Patrick Brown doing a good job. And as a Canadian, I would like to see him going forward as a leader of Conservative Party and running for the race of next Prime Minister.
My daughter and husband are friends with the Browns.
With the Browns?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are here in support of him running?
Yeah, we'll wait and see. It's introductory, so we'll see what happens.
Well, I know Patrick for over 5 years, and I believe in him. As you look at the media, how the media spear him last 3 or 4 years ago, and look at how it grow. Mal on the budget, freeze the tax, without compromise the service to the community, as he had proven in Brampton.
I am here to support Patrick Brown because I've been in the city of Brampton for over 40 years, and essentially Brampton was not on track. And when Patrick Brown came in, Patrick Brown put Brampton back on track. And if Patrick Brown could bring Brampton back on track, I do believe that he could bring Canada back on track.
He has proven that he was able to electrify the public transit without raising any tax. So if he can do that in Brampton, I believe that he can do it across Canada. So he's a guy who delivers, not just making the promise. That is why I support him.
So we saw when when Patrick Brown was the leader of the PC party, he supported the carbon tax. Now recently he said that now is not the right time for the carbon tax. When he's flip-flopping on issues like this, why should we trust him? Does that deter your trust?
No. People learn. People learn every day. People make corrections during the new information that they have. So we believe in someone who are flexible enough, who know that what is the best for Canada, and willing to make the change so that he can deliver the result.
When he's flip-flopping on issues like this, does that deter your trust for him at all? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, definitely, yeah, it deters trust, because I heard him mention that he wants to pause the hike on April 1st, but I mean, why do you support it in the first place, right? We don't support the carbon tax. It's not a conservative policy, and yeah, we denounce it.
Well, I think that was more of a situational kind of thing, but right now I think every Canadian is fighting the battle of fuel and the raise in taxes and the inflation. So right now he's just trying to make it more of a balanced economic kind of thing, that at one point, yes, we needed that, but now when the prices are not affordable for every Canadian, they need to revise that policy and reduce the carbon taxes and change that kind of things.
Well, things have changed. Obviously, there's a war in Ukraine, and gas prices are going through the roof, so I totally support that position, that it's not the time to add the carbon tax.
We saw in August of 2020 Mayor Brown breaking his own rules that he said. He was caught inside a hockey rink, maskless, hosting hockey games for him and his buddies. Well, at the time, almost all Canadians were excluded from using such facilities. When he's doing things like that, and the only reason we know about it is because he got caught doing it, why should Canadians trust him when he's been caught doing this?
Well, personally, I mean, I won't be voting for him at all. I believe in real conservative values, something that the People's Party has displayed more so than Patrick Brown.
We cannot judge people. Yes, that was not right, being a mayor of Brampton, but we cannot judge anyone. There are so many good things he has done being a mayor, so I would just let that one thing, just let it go and look for a brighter future for Brampton and for the future of Canada.
I'm not sure that's really a good example of trust. That was a point in time. I'm not even aware of that incident. To me, that's minuscule in the grand scheme of things.
So any event, anything that have two sides, any coin that has two sides, there's one perspective, that is an angle that you see. But you haven't given him the chance to ask him that question so that he can say, what is the other side? I'm not in that area, so that I don't know 100% of what information that he has. So he has more information, and he should have the ability, the options to deliver the other side the information which the media has not received.
So yeah, I mean, I think that he's not true to his word, and like you said, we found him maskless. He said a lot of things that he would support, and he didn't end up supporting it. So he's betrayed our trust as true conservatives and true Canadians. So yeah, I won't be supporting him.
So don't use the term get caught. But rather than I think that is fairness for him, the media should use that. Now, Mayor, this is what we see from this angle, maybe 30 degrees of the angle. Where is the other 330 degrees of the angle, that the information that you can provide to us, rather than tell them you get caught. Get caught is almost like you are convicted, you are guilty of something.
At the end of the day, though, he was caught inside the rink without a mask on, hosting hockey games for him and his buddies. You know, that's just the facts, right? We can't argue with the facts when most Canadians, first of all, you can't even enter the rink without a mask, period, but you couldn't even use the facilities. There was very few exceptions for using the rinks at that time. So, you know, I can't really beat around the bush with it.
All right, so first of all, I'm not an expert in that the event or the incident that you mentioned. So therefore, I cannot have an answer why that happened.
So after interviewing a handful of people, the event was wrapping up and I was filming a stand-up while a man with a big camera who would not identify what his purpose was there interrupted me and tried to get me to leave the facility. Through a tip we received, we discovered that his name is Fazal Khan. According to his LinkedIn page, he allegedly worked as a communication specialist for Brampton Focus, where he claims to have done work involving Patrick Brown. I believe he was also wrapping up for the day and was packing up his camera equipment when he overheard a part of my introduction that clearly he did not agree with. Check out the footage.
Don't come here on his launch campaign and take over with your crappy, whatever you call you guys, rebel garbage.
So, gotta be a rebel, man.
So us asking simple questions.
Get out of here and ask it. This is the guy's event.
I'm doing my intro and you interrupted me.
You're giving him better content right now.
You interrupted me while I'm doing my intro. I've already interviewed people outside.
You're in the middle of the media gallery here.
No, I'm talking to you now because you've called me over.
Over here, you're garbage.
You stepped into my space, man.
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I haven't seen you in a long time, man.
You too.
I guess I can still say happy.
This guy won't let me finish my points. He totally interrupted me when I was doing my intro. He thinks that I'm here just to completely stir up garbage. I'm here to ask simple questions. I'm here
You're not here to ask simple questions. You're here to make our city look bad. You're here to make our mayor look bad. Get lost.
Okay, well, talk to me.
So this is your building? You're telling me to get lost?
This is not my building, it's my city. And you don't live here. If you live here, I'd say, okay, fine. But you come here like for an hour in the year to make the city look bad. Get lost.
I have every right. I have every right to be here.
You're absolutely right.
I have every right to be here.
You're right here, but I have every right to say get lost. You don't have to listen to me or not, but I'm telling you in your face, get lost.
That's great, man. I can stand right here.
Good.
Yes.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what you say.
Let's see how long you stay there.
You got to know when the interview is over, though. You know.
He's bothering me, man. He came up. I didn't want to interview him. He interrupted me when I was doing my intro.
Credential media.
What is credential media?
No,
we have way more viewers than CBC, CTV, City News. Way more.
You're stuffed like idiots. They were probably the truckers' convoy. Right?
Okay, you want to talk about the truckers' convoy?
I don't, because they're all morons at the truckers' convoy. Right? You have a right to do what you want, but you don't have a right to go and destroy a city.
I believe the person that opened up for Patrick Brown tonight almost showed support for the truckers' convoy.
Are you giving me like your personal opinion?
I can't tell you what the Prime Minister did. He was absent for 3 weeks while the truckers' convoy was in Ottawa and the citizens were saying, come speak to them. We don't want leadership that is missing in action.
You were there. You heard it. No? She said Prime Minister Justin Trudeau should have went out and spoke to the people of the truckers' convoy. Why would she say
somebody else to interview? You're not going to get any good. You don't even know who I am. You
keep talking to me.
No, go somewhere else. I'm here. I was here.
You're packing up. You're leaving. Why don't you leave then? You're lingering around. You're all packed up. I don't know why. The stairs are right.
Let me help you.
The stairs are right there.
All right, come on, let's go.
You bothered me, man. Have a nice day. Well, guys, that was interesting. I'm simply here with my producer, Efron. You know, I'm trying to just film an intro. You guys have seen the questions that I'm asking, that I've been asking. And I don't think they're extreme questions. I think they're just honest questions. And a lot of people want to know the answers to these questions. Why is he flip-flopping on on certain things. You know, people want the potential leader of the Conservative Party to be held accountable for his actions in the past. And I want to know why people came out to support Patrick Brown. And simply he didn't agree with whatever I was saying in my intro, decided to interrupt it, and then basically just told me to bugger off, get out of his city, and leave. I don't know, it doesn't really seem appropriate to me. He didn't hear any of my questions, nothing, and just simply goes down that path. So what are you going to do?
So I salute what you're doing. I think what you're doing is awesome. I'd give you a high five, I'll give you a hug, and tell you to keep doing what you're doing, because when the mainstream media wasn't there, when they were painting a narrative that wasn't the truth. And that's the thing. I mean, media is supposed to be unbiased. And far as I'm concerned, you guys are unbiased. You guys are going to give the truth for what it is, whether you agree with it or not. And that's powerful. You're not here to tell me your opinion. You're here to hear the opinions and to give the news. And so, Rebel, y'all keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to check out all of Rebel News' coverage from the Conservative leadership race, you can check out a special website that we created called leadershipreports.ca. Thanks again for watching, guys.